Hello everyone, and welcome to the LeTip Wired training video. My name is Nick, and I'll be showing you all the features on the LeTip Wired site. Please keep in mind that my account is a corporate level account, so some of the things you see might be a little bit different. When you first pull up the site, you will see the login page. To the right of this page, you will see any of the latest updates we have made, as well as anything that we are currently working on. Once you get logged in, you will see the home page. Now, if you do not have a login currently, please feel free to contact me and I will get you logged in. You can contact me via my email, tech@letip.com, or by the technical support number at the bottom of the page, 800-955-3847, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 Mountain Standard Time. On the home page, you have navigation at the top. You have a search field to search for anything within the site. You have to search by, for members, chapters, categories, anything like that. You can search for it. You have your picture and your options. Now, on the home page, you have what we call a user snapshot. This will show you a little bit of information about yourself. You have your picture, you have your company, you have your category, you have your board position within the chapter. Now, you also have your phone number and email. Now, this stuff can be changed by clicking on the Edit Profile button. You can also change it under the Settings option here at the top. To the right, you have a tip form. You can, from here, you can send your inside, outside, and inner chapter tips. Upon receiving a tip, a member will then receive an email and or text message letting them know of the tip, and they can log into the website and get the information right away and not have to wait for the next meeting. We will go over how this is done in the tips section. Below the tip form, you will see a graph that shows you day-by-day values so you can track how you are doing for that month. At the top of the website, we have our navigation. From here, you can explore the site. We'll begin with the cogwheel next to our picture, which you will then see Edit Profile. You'll see the web store where you can order supplies, this training video, and provide feedback where you can submit any bugs or enhancements to the website that you would like to see changed. This is also where the logout button is. Edit Profile lets you change the information on your account. This button is also found on the home page, the Edit Profile button, and here is where you can change your biography, your picture by clicking on it, even your address, email, and phone numbers. At the top of this page, you have different tabs such as User that allow you to change your password, view your sponsors, your board position, and your company. Keep in mind that anything that cannot be changed by you has to be changed by the corporate office. You can contact them here. Okay. You also have the Settings button here below your profile. Now, this has a few tabs such as Tips and Chapter. Now, under the Tips tab, you can set up the email notification, which is automatically set up, so you can turn it off if you want to. You can also turn on text message notification when you receive a tip. You can change a few options here. You can also go to Chapter if you are a board member, and you can change the fees and rewards for your chapter. So you can, reminders and rewards. So you can change those if you want to. And so if you have any questions on that, give me a call. I can help you out. The other, next we have our tips. Now under Send a Tip, you will see the same thing as the tip form here, which I'll go over really quick, and then we'll go into Send a Tip. Now, the tip form is just like the tip forms you guys are familiar with. You have the tip for, tip from, you have the person to contact, email, phone number, details, and tip type. Now, these fields are locked unless you are tip master or president, whereas then you can change them. The tip for, all you do is click in here and it will pull up a drop-down list of all the members within your chapter. Now, if you want to send an inter-chapter tip, all you do is check the box below this. It's not available on my account, but you'll see it. It says search for entire network. You check that box and you can start typing in the name of a member. It will then pull up a drop-down list of all the members within your region with that name. And you can also search by company as well. So so when you put in a tip, the date is locked, this is locked, and you can put in the details and send the tip. You can select inside, outside, inner chapter. Now, as a tip master or president, you can actually change who the tip is from. So if you want to send in a tip for Larry, who doesn't, who's not computer savvy, and you want to put in the tips for him, you can, and that way all the information is tracked online. You can also change the date. So if you want to put in a past tip, you can. You just select the date you want it to change it to, and select it, and it will change it for you. Once you hit create, it will pop up a little thing at the bottom here that says tip created. Click here to print. This will then take you to the sent tips page. It will show you all the tips you've sent, and you can print them. Now, the received tips and sent tips look the same, except for one is your received tips and one is your sent tips. Now, as a tip master or president, you can actually view tips for the entire chapter besides your own. So when you first come here, you'll see all the tips that you yourself have earned. And I will pull up a test chapter here just because I want to see some tips. And you can edit them. Now, as a regular member, you can come in here and you can add value to the tip. So once the tip has been created, you can come in here and you can put in a value, hit update, you can change the status, and it will close the tip, and that will be done. As a tip master or president, you can come in here and you can modify the tips. So you can change, who the person to contact is, who the detail, what the details say. And that's, if you spell something wrong or, you need to change something, just let them know and they can change that for you. This lets them manage and control, the tips. On the left, you have filters. Now this will let you filter it down a little bit easier, so you don't have, a whole bunch of tips displayed. But you can also load more at the bottom. So if you want to keep going through the list, keep going, keep seeing more, you can click that. It will keep pulling up more and more tips. Okay. The filters, so you filter it down, and you can, see if you only want to see tips from this person, you type in their name, it'll, pull up the tips for only that member, or only the escrow, only the inside, outside, so on and so forth. The sent tips works the same way, but you will see this print button. Now, the print button works pretty easily. You just check the tips you want to print, press one of the print buttons. It will pull up into a print preview depending on your browser settings, and you can print those tips and pass them at the meeting. You still have to pass the printed tips, even though it's in the system, but you won't have a carbon copy, so the tip master will be able to go in and see them online. The next section is your chapter homepage. So under the chapter homepage, which is actually replaced by meetings and events for myself because I don't have a chapter. Now I will show you a demo here on the left. Let me pull up here. Timed out my other page. My apologies. Okay, so this is what it will look like. Now, once you click on chapter instead of meetings and events, it will pull up your chapter homepage. Now, from here, as a board member, you'll be able to see stats for the chapter. You'll be able to track NTS, badge colors, recent logins, guest per meeting, tip values, tip totals, and it shows you year-to-year values, and you can track those via the graph. You also have the General tab, where you can view the name, details, bio, description of the chapter. You can view their meeting time and location. You can view the roster list, which will show all the members within the chapter. You can also click on these to go to their chapter, their member page, and you can view their information. If we wanted to go to member, we can see, this is members information. So you can do that. You can go through there and kind of see that information. Under board and chair, you have all the board and chair positions. Now, as a board member, you can change these. If you are a regular member, you will have to have a board member change it for you, or contact your regional director or corporate office and they can change it for you. You then have a few other tabs, chapter status, things like that. It just shows the status of the chapter. And there are a few navigation tools here as well. Now let me, so I can go to the region. I can switch between chapters. Let me actually pull up a actual chapter here to make this a little bit easier to see. Okay, so the chapter homepage for Carmel. Now, from here, I can go to the region. I can go to San Francisco, and I can view the regional director. I can view the information for the region. I can view all of the chapters within that region. I can click on one of them and go back to their chapter homepage. If it is not your chapter, you will not be able to change it, but you will be able to read it. It's in read-only format. Now, if anytime you want to change anything, if you're a board member, you want to change, the website, you will notice a save button at the top right. Just click that. It will save any of the information you want to save. At the top right, you also have a quick search for all the chapters within your region. So if you want to switch to the Morgan Hill chapter, you can do that by choosing it on the drop-down list. Very easy stuff. If you have any questions on this, like I said, give me a call, contact me, let me know. You also have the meetings and events calendar. Now the calendar will show all of the chapter meetings for your location. You'll also be able to see NTS, business mixers, power events. Your board members can create those. The NTS will be created by your regional director. And so if I want to pull up San Francisco, now I can see all the chapter meetings. Now you can do these filters on the left, so if you want to see another chapter's meetings, you can. You can highlight over these. This is a business mixer. It's yellow. You can see on the filter on the left. And when you highlight over these, you can actually see information about the meeting. Now I'm going to go to Carmel because I know they use this stuff. And so here you have a fully interactive Google map. You have the information about the meeting. You have your showboaters, greeters, speakers, and lucky devils. Now you can add these positions as the program director, and once you've been assigned as the program director, you can then add these positions. So can board members. So you can add these, you can substitute them, you can delete them. When they are assigned as a role, they will receive an email that will allow them to acknowledge or decline the role. See, this one's still pending. So these people have acknowledged. If they decline it, you can substitute them, you can delete them and add it to someone new. And at the bottom, you'll see that this meeting has already occurred. Now, if you go to one in the future, you can see there's a click to register button. Now, this button is available if you have not been on the roster. So if you are not already on the roster, you can click to register. It will add you to the roster, let them know you're coming to their meeting. The other buttons you have here is roster, edit, and delete. Now, from this roster button, you can actually mark the attendance for each member, which they're already marked as present. So you can change them to excused, unexcused. You can add guests to each member, and you can add reminders and rewards. This is how this information is tracked. We also have these buttons here at the top, add member to roster and delete. Now these are temporary fixes, so if there's someone leaves the chapter, you don't want them on the roster report, you can delete them. These meetings, once they are created, are set in stone. They do not automatically update. So if you need to update the chapter roster for a meeting, hit update chapter roster. It will delete all the people who have left, put all the people that have joined on there, and it will be updated. If you just want to delete one person, you just hit delete. It will remove them from that meeting only. Add guest. Now this is our guest tool. It's a search, so you can type in the name of the guest. If they have not, if they have or have not attended, you will see them. If they have, you'll see them pull up here. If not, you can click add a new guest, put in their information, and it will put them into the system. Once they're in the system, you can then check the little box here and it will add that person as a guest to that member. You can view details or you can remove them from that member. Same goes with reminders and rewards. You can select late, no guest, LeTip Grand Slam, it's all on there. So you can add, all that stuff, keep track of all that information. We have reporting for everything, and you'll see that when we get to the reports section. So you'll be able to pull up reports for all of this stuff. If you have any questions, like I said, give me a call and I will help you. Guest dashboard is our next one. That's under chapter. You can find it underneath the calendar. And there's a lot of stuff here. Now, these will show you any recent guests, any recent applications that you've sent. Yes, you can send online applications through the system. So we pull up a name of a guest. I'll pull up myself here, if I can spell my name. There we go. There I am. And you can send them an online application, or you can invite them to the next meeting. You can choose the meeting you want to invite them to. So if they're not in the system, you can add them by clicking on Create right here, and then invite them to their first meeting. You can also invite them to their second meeting once they're already in the system. You just search for them here, invite them to the meeting. It'll let you select which meeting you want to invite them to, and it will send them an email and let them RSVP back to you if they will or will not be attending. When you click on Send Application, little thing will pop up. It'll ask you for some information about where this application is going. You hit Send. It will then send you an email from EchoSign, which is our online signing application, and it will ask you to put in some information on the application first. It will ask you to put in the chapter name, the category, and the dues that are required for the chapter. Now, once you are done with that, then you will then send it off to the member. The member will then receive it. They'll be able to fill out the rest of the application, and then it will come back to you. The credit card information will not be displayed, so you don't have to worry about that information being out there. It will be, it'll be covered so they cannot see it. And then once the application is in the system, it will show up on pending applications right here. Once your board has approved or has voted on that member, you can then click Approve or Deny. Once you hit Approve, it'll go to the corporate office. They'll be made a profile. They'll get their badge, all that kind of stuff, and it will go through the system. If they're denied, it's gone. We still have it, on our EchoSign program, but the corporate won't see it. Okay, so you guys can deny it if you don't want them joining your chapter. The documents section is our next stop. This is where you can find all of the documents for LeTip. So you can find all the guides and letters, you can find all the procedures, and any of these. You just click on them, hit View File, it will pull it up on your, however your browser wants to handle it, and you can print it, do whatever you want. Anything you need is on there. And if it's not, contact the corporate office and they can help you out with that. You can also contact me. But the corporate office number is there. If you need the bylaws or anything like that, anything that's not on here, just give them a call. All right? Reports section is our biggest section. It takes forever for me to load it because it's loading the entire nation, but for you it'll be a lot faster. And while we're doing this, I'll kind of explain a little more. So like I said, if you have any questions about the site, anything like that, just give me a call, send me an email, provide feedback. It goes to myself, it goes to the developer, it goes to Kim. You also have the address for the corporate office here. You have all the phone numbers you need down here. And the search field is pretty cool as well. I'll go over that after the reports section. But say you want to find John Smith in one of the chapters. You just type in John Smith. It'll pull up all the people all the results that match that member, the category, and the chapter. So all kinds of stuff in that search field. Now we'll go to San Francisco and we'll pull up Carmel again here. Now, like I said, I can see the entire nation, so you won't, you don't want to, so that's why it takes so long to load this. But like I said, for you, you'll just see this. This is for board members. You'll be able to track all the information. Now, all this stuff is pretty cool. You can highlight over these codes to see past tips, average tips passed per member, past tips value, past tips average value, top tippers, bottom tippers, and you can, all this information is tracked. And Kim has already said that she's going to be doing contests for top tippers in different chapters, so get your information on there. That way, you guys can participate. But you have different fields here. So you have tips, meeting, membership, and reports for each one. Now, for tips, like I said, you have top tipper, bottom tipper. For meetings, you have top guest bringer, bottom guest bringer. And membership, you have net growth, login percentage, total members. And each one of these has their own separate tab. Now you can go to the tip tab, you can view more information such as number of inside, number of outside, number of inner chapter tips. You can view the stack report, which when you highlight over it, it tells you what it does, provides a ranked list of top tippers from top to bottom. Overview report, overview of past tips, detailed list of all tips, and I'll show you how that works. So we want to see all of May. We select May 1st to May 31st, we hit OK. Then pulls up a report of all the tips within that month. You have all the information, you have the emails, the tipper, the tippee, the lead name, contact, all that stuff. And you can print this page or you can click CSV to open it up in an Excel sheet format. You also have the overview, which will show you, this person has passed this many inside, this many outside, and you have those for each one. So you have that for tips, you have that for meetings, and guest reports, all kinds of stuff. So just kind of search through here and see what you can find. As a non-board member, you have access to two reports: the chapter position committee report, which will show you all the presidents, all the treasurers, whichever one you want to see within your region. Okay. And the open category report, which you can choose, accountant, you can hit OK, and it will show you all the accountants that are available within your region. All right. So if you have any questions, like I said, give me a call, send me an email. That's everything on the site. So I thank you for attending the training, and you have a great day.